Hey, everybody, it's Mike Portnoy here, hanging with my boys Tom and Zeus right here on Shout It Out Loudcast.
Oh, boy. Here we go. This is Gene Simmons. Put that cookie down. Yes. Stop pressing the button. Stockbroker Simmons. Star? Paul Stanley. Is that what he does? Stop shouting. Ace Frehley. He's not what you would call a handsome man. Here come the kiss times. Is that a positive thing? Okay. All right. I'm going to grab me an ice cold mellow yellow. Why? Why do that to the fan? Stop it. Why? Because fuck them. That's what are you talking about? 617-525-0850. You do? Hey, fucko. Do you like Kiss? Settle down.
Yellow. Hey, what's up there, Kiss Army? Tom and Zeus, another episode, Shout It Out Loudcast. Episode 362. Kiss Predictions 2026.
Oh, yeah. Look into the crystal ball.
What? Jeez. Could have been a song on my album. Crystal Ball.
Yeah. Well, it's a banner start to the year, Tom.
It's a banner fucking year of the old Bender family. You know what I got for Christmas? You know what I got this year?
Hey, smoke up there, Johnny.
Need a fake ID for, so I can vote.
You spilled paint in the garage.
Oh, okay.
Tom, a local establishment well known in these parts is a place called Papagino's.
Oh, God. Dude, those things are like, there's like none around. I can't believe
there's one around here.
No, I know.
And they're always so much coupons. They're affiliated with D'Angelo's that I can get like with they're like, oh, $5 off this plus this. If you're a reward member, you get this and this. I get like 2 large steak and cheeses D'Angelo's for like nothing.
Well, yeah, because they make you pay for it later.
Oh no, D'Angelo's steak and cheeses are great. Well, anyways, my practices are late during hockey season. I had a meatball sub from Papagino's waiting for me. I'll eat it after practice. I don't want to eat it beforehand.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Dude, when I say I got 0 sleep after eating this meatball sub, I got 0 sleep. This fucking sub put me out for like a day and a half.
What was it, like grade E beef?
I don't know. It tasted good, fine, going in.
Of course it did.
When I say from all orifices, this was just coming out everywhere. I must have used that bathroom at least 20 times.
Well, it's been a while, but welcome new listeners.
Yes. Dude, between the piss coming out of my assholes.
Thank you.
And the puke coming out.
You were puking too?
What
is the matter with you? I've never seen anybody with the GI issues that you have. Good God, you can't eat anything.
This thing destroyed me.
It was a meatball sub.
Honestly, put me in a bathtub and just be like, piss shit yourself to death for the next 24 hours.
You're telling me that
this shit just come out of me.
You're telling me that a Papagino's meatball sub affected you more than Vegas Mongolian beef.
Oh, fuck it, dude. I don't understand it. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. That guy must have shoved the meatballs in his assholes and then put it.
You sure it was meatballs?
I don't know. But holy fuck, dude. This thing killed me.
So we have an early contender for 2026 Food Item Hall of Famer. The Papagino's meatball sub.
Holy fuck, dude. This was fucking horrendous.
So what you need to do, here's what you need to do. You need to get another one.
Oh, no.
No, you need to get another one, and you need to test drive it to see if it was the guy who made it or if it's the sub itself.
It just felt like someone put a fucking medicine ball of lead into me, just weighed me down at night. I was just like, oh,
you should really stick to you should just stick to a diet of toast and bran flakes and just call it a day. Metamucil and toast for you.
Grabbing a bucket and pissing out of your assholes and puking at the same time is not a very good look, Tom.
No. But welcome new listeners. We hope this will get you interested in our Patreon. So yeah, there's more where this comes from.
It's not as good as the Puppuccinos near AC in East Arlington over the years.
We used to shut that place down whenever we had half days on Wednesday.
Or all you can eat Tuesdays at Stonehill.
At Stonehill. We used to shut them down.
Yes. And Olympic hero Jim Craig would pop in there, who's from Easton, and wear his Olympic jacket on.
Was he sober?
Like, as though he was like a 45. I don't know if he was sober, hence why he wasn't in the NHL.
What was he hoping for? A free meatball sub from Puppuccinos?
He's a local celebrity, hoping that people can pass on his glory and get him a couple meatball grinders to go.
I'll have a meatball grinder here.
Go up there.
Yeah.
And he had his Olympic jacket on, just like a returning high school 40-year-old wearing his place kicker football jacket on.
Yeah, like fucking Johnny B. Good in that terrible Anthony Michael Hall movie. Oh, brutal.
Horrendous. I think we have an episode, Tom.
We do. I think we do.
Last week we did double platinum, which got a shit ton of clicks.
Unbelievable.
And comments. What's amazing is the past few weeks, in case you haven't been on the internet at all, apparently Peter Criss was on a couple podcasts.
Yep.
And that was everywhere. And Peter Criss, who's been kind of a recluse, so he got a lot of attention, right?
Yep.
We did our opening episode on a compilation album from 1978. We had the best fucking rankings we've had probably ever.
Yeah.
We got to number 46 episode in the country with our double platinum episode. We got a screenshot too to prove it on Apple Podcasts. It's the highest we probably have ever gone. I think we had 48 or 47 before. 46 for double platinum. So we still had the number one episode, and Peter was on 2 other podcasts.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
But that just proves a couple things. It proves that A, we have the all-time greatest listeners in the history of the world for KISS podcasts. And they get us. They want to hear from us on topics. And I've been saying this for years, and I'm not saying anything that hasn't been said before because our listeners prove this. Nothing beats those album reviews, especially the compilation reviews. And I've said how much I love them because we pick them apart, what songs are on it, what songs should be on it. But Double Platinum is the most special KISS compilation album there is. And there's a lot to discuss, and there's a lot of nostalgia and memories. So you combine that with the fact that we have the greatest listeners and supporters ever.
Yeah.
And I want to be careful that I am not taking for granted how successful the episode was, because I'm not. But it's just a blessing to have the listeners that we have that lift us up the way they do. And it's amazing to see it every week.
No, it is. It's very humbling to see that. Wow. Yep. We still fucking kicked ass.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And thank you guys out there for doing what you guys do. And that's just tune in week after week and fucking in droves.
Yep.
And we thank you guys. Appreciate it. And there's, we'll get some shit stirs. Some our friends, some we know where they're coming from, and it's usually sometimes not in the right place. Oh, you're gonna get Peter on? He's doing the rounds. Relax. We didn't ask to get Peter on. If he's doing the rounds, he's doing the rounds. If we get a chance to get Peter on, that'd be great. Okay,
right.
No one's denying that. He's my favorite KISS member.
Yeah,
but like it's just funny how sometimes these things turn out. And, we like to say sometimes, act like you've been there before.
Yep.
or if you score a touchdown, or my player scores a goal. I fucking hate kids that skate by the other team's bench with the hands out like, fuck it. Like, dude, act like you've been here before. Cut the fucking shit.
Do what Barry Sanders used to do. Hand the ball to the ref.
There you go. You go. So thank you guys. Fucking awesome numbers. What a way to start season 8.
Yep.
So it'll be great when we end this year and be done. And we started off with our
if we make it that far.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fucking it is exhausting being a Kiss fan.
And this is a good week to discuss that.
Woo. Anyway, Tom, why don't you tell us about the poll?
Yep. So easy poll this week, or I should say fun poll this week for Double Platinum. What was your favorite remix? Or as somebody liked to correct me, Strutter 78's not a remix, it's a re-recording. Okay, thanks. Really.
Dude, there's only so much space you could put in the poll. What the fuck you want us to do?
What do you think the poll would look like if I said, what's your favorite remix? Or in the case of Strutter 78, re-recording. Just fucking answer the poll or keep scrolling.
Jeez.
Anyways.
Right.
To no surprise, Strutter 78, aka Disco Strutter, 58% people like this one, 25% Calling Dr. Love, 10% Hard Luck Woman, and only 7% like the sped up version of Firehouse. A lot of people had a lot of things to say about this album. The feedback on this, just nostalgia, incredible amounts of nostalgia. Tommy Karate says, I remember peeling off the platinum, quote unquote, off of my copy as a kid, and then my daughter colored on the gatefold faces when she was little. I still have it, and I get douche chills every time I see it. Zeus, have you ever gotten douche chills?
I started drinking when I was 13.
Right, exactly.
So,
Same feeling.
no.
Okay. Our buddy Bobby Kenny, you guys are the best. What a review. Double Platinum is a must-own for sure. And I appreciate the shout-out, fellas. Some days life can beat you down, but getting to Zoom chat with you, that was amazing. Some of the awesome Patreons, and chatting with Jeremy Asbrock later that night made for a pretty epic day. Yeah, Bobby posted on his Facebook. He was able to see those guys. Very cool. Iowa Sun Devil Casey asked, do you think they'll remaster and sell a special edition vinyl? Well, I responded to him by showing him that they did do that a couple years ago with a couple picture discs with some updated packaging, etc. That was pretty cool. RP says, I don't know why it was considered Disco Strutter. To me, Double Platinum was a remaster collection of my favorites, one of the albums I have played the most aside from Alive 2 and Rock and Roll Over. We joke when we say disco because it was 1978 and had a little bit of that disco shuffle beat to it, a little bit poppy. And if you take a look at an old clip that our buddy Daryl Albert did of people roller skating to Disco Strutter, that was a classic. Daryl, I know you're listening right now. If you could find that one and share that with our listeners, they would love to see a recap of that. But that's what we got on Twitter this week, Zeus, for Double Platinum.
Wow, we have a shit ton of comments on Double Platinum. So I'm going to try to skip through this because there's way too many comments here. Ronnie Bachowski, it's been a bit. Double Platinum was my introduction to the classic Kiss. It started with Unplugged for me. Then I stole my mom's boyfriend's Double Platinum CD out of his collection. When I came upon it in the collection one day, he noticed it was missing, asked if I took it. I said no, because he was a douche canoe. Anyhow, no way he was getting it back. I was obsessed. And unpopular opinion, I like Strutter 78 better than the original. All the haters of that version can eat all of my balls. DP is the perfect snapshot of the era. I love it.
Yep, I love it. I've been swimming in raw sewage.
The Horiati from Down Under, Thanos Akratides. This is a special album for me. It was my first Kiss album I purchased with my money. It, to my mind, is flawless. It's no coincidence the best compilation Kiss has ever released. Just like you guys, I was mesmerized by the gatefold and also embossed logo and Kiss members. Also, the unique platinum replica given, which I had on my wall for years. Love the choice here, boys. Essential to any Kiss collection.
Yes. You know what else is essential to any collection? Shoes.
Sorry. Oh, poor Finest is.
I had to do it. I do it because I love the guy.
God. A lot of people. This is my first Kiss album. This is my favorite Kiss album.
Yep.
There is a ton of that. Tyler Vickery says, I guess I'm in the minority, but I never liked the changes to Strutter. I have no problem with the disco beat, but the guitars sound way more processed and sanitized. The original and the live versions always had more swagger and looseness to them, much more of a groove. This version really has none of that.
Oh,
all entitled to our opinion, brother.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Steve Warsap.
Yeah.
It would have been great if they had to split the album, having the best of Kiss, Hotter Than Hell, and DK on one album, and the best of Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and Love Gun on album 2. Maybe album 1, Strutter 78, Cold Gin, Deuce, Black Diamond, Hotter Than Hell, Parasite, Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, Come On and Love Me, Sheen, Rock and Roll Night, album 2, DRC, God of Thunder, Shout It Out Loud, Beth, I Want You, Hard Luck Woman, Calling Dr. Love, I Stole Your Love, Love Gun, and Shock Me. That sounds actually fucking pretty badass, if you ask me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Let's go over to Loudcasters, Tom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Glenn Barth. You guys addressed the changes to the songs from the original versions perfectly. You didn't overdo it, providing this is indeed the best compilation album. This brings back the memory of when I first bought the album and needed to buy the cassette soon after I started taking a tape player with me on my paper routes. Congrats on making it to number 8, not season, year. Every week without fail, this is an outstanding accomplishment and testament to your commitment in bringing the best to your listeners. Well, thank you, Glenn. Much appreciated.
Love you, Glenn. Thanks, brother.
Tom Selleck.
Yeah, love you, Tom.
I never quite knew why I liked this album more than the others. The way you address the differences compared to the original versions and production makes it make total sense. And also why Dress to Kill is my favorite album. There is no fatigue from the tracks except for Rock and Roll Over. That's a good point.
Yep. Very good
Rex
point.
J. Cox. I remember taking the crayons and trying to color the glossy embossed gatefold with my older sister's copy. Fast forward to the mid-'80s, I got my own copy and was disappointed to learn there was no gatefold or embossed images of the band any longer. What a pisser. Happy New Year to you all.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Hall of Famer Gary Capp.
Woo!
My favorite compilation that they've ever put out. As a 14-year-old, I remember staring at the gatefold, and for some reason, the shininess of the whole thing just drew me in. Still like Ace's solo in 78, better than the original. There you go.
Okay.
Hall of Famer John Whiteman.
Keep it coming.
Like many people, I got into Kiss during the late 70s, and Double Platinum was my first exposure to the material from the first 3 albums. I had the 8-track of Double Platinum, and Firehouse faded out then back in so that the tape could switch tracks. I didn't realize until I got the cassette many years later that Firehouse wasn't supposed to do that. So for Kiss Tard completists, there's another version of Firehouse on the 8-track that can't be found anywhere else.
Oh, nice.
Gordon, don't call me Forrest Gump. Duncan. 7 albums in 2 years is an insane pace. But what this package demonstrates was the band's commitment to being great. For all of Paul's blustery talk about being the band we wanted to see, this season of the band's life truly demonstrated that. This album covering Gatefold was amazing, just like Alive 2. The band's attention to detail, creativity, and work that it was unmatched. Cheers, Tom and Zeus, for putting me back into my 8-year-old brain where I would just stare at an album cover for hours. Also, cheers to reviews in 1 week. Turbo and Double Platinum.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have put in the work as well. That's why you are true number 1. Thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Greg Seacrest. Double Platinum is special to me because it was my entry into the world of Kiss. My mom bought it for me on a whim when I was 8 because she thought I might enjoy it. Coolest mom ever. Yep. As soon as I dropped the needle, I was hooked for life. I can count on one hand the number of albums that was completely changed what I thought was possible with music. Double Platinum was first and will always be the most special for so many reasons.
Nice.
BC Allison says, great episode, guys. I love the track-by-track breakdown, your thoughts on production. Strangely, this is probably the Kiss LP I reached for the least, and I have 3 different copies. But your episode reminded me that I need to listen to it again. On it. I laughed at Tom's story about lifting Kiss albums from his cousin. I did the same thing. My 16-year-old cousin used to babysit for me when I was 5. He always brought his Kiss albums. I borrowed a bunch just before we moved. I still have them to this day. It was always a joke between us at the family reunions. Can't wait to hear your take on Gene's latest claim that Peter didn't write Beth.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Over on Blue Sky, Beach Boys are the GOAT. Great episode. I wasn't a Kiss fan when this came out. I was all Beach Boys all the time. All my friends had it, though, and I remember thinking how cool the whole package was. It took another 6 years for me to get Kiss, but I grew up with them in my face constantly, never hated them. That's good. I'm glad you didn't. Christopher Hamilton adds, ring the bell for me, too.
Nice.
Wobbly Magoo. I found Kiss in the Crazy Nights era. Even though I picked up Destroyer next, Double Platinum was my gateway to the wider back catalog. Flawed, yes, but teenage me didn't know that or mind.
Okay.
Occam Razor. Bought this as a kid when it came out, like I acquired everything Kiss related at the time. Loved it at the first 2 weeks, then just forgot about it. In hindsight, this is just another retread album to keep Casablanca afloat. None of the remixes hold up to the originals. Unlistenable. Appreciate your take, but it's 1,000% incorrect.
Wow.
What are you talking about? The fucking remixes are awesome.
I have never heard
different.
Yeah, I have never heard anybody like bash on Double Platinum like that. Wow. That's interesting.
Well, we each have our own fucking opinion.
We certainly do.
So let's go over now to our YouTube. JMR2K writes, Happy New Year, Tom and Zeus. Oh, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
Marty White says, God damn it, I need to check my email. I'm sorry I missed the live chat. Yeah, we're sorry you weren't there too, Marty. Come on, man. Devin Duncan, great episode. Here's to a great 2026. Joseph Kiss Sr., 2026 is the year's happiness. Yeah, fuck that shit. The best postscript to those Jesse Ventura quotes is that he went on to become governor of Minnesota. Great breakdown of Double Platinum. It was cool that they actually put some effort into changing the songs and offering something different than what was in the original releases. I wish I still had the original version I got like Tom does.
Nice.
Tom, back over to you.
All right, let's take a look at our Spotify comments. We always like to remind people that you can comment directly while listening directly to the episode on Spotify, which is very cool. Les Croutons. Awesome episode. I also recall getting this on vinyl, but I had an updated version in the UK. It was blue on the inside with pictures from the Dynasty outfits. Anyways, I'll have to give this album a play. Thanks, lads. Yeah, there's a couple different versions. There's a German one that I have on vinyl where instead of the embossed images, there are like black and white photos. There's a couple different versions that are cool. Robert Miller, do you think you would feel the same with these remixes if you were in your teens or 20s, hearing from the originals as we judge later releases that they put out? I still like the remixes, Robert. I don't care what age. I mean, I heard them when I was 5 and now I'm 52. I still like them. Kanye the Main says, do you think Vinny will hit the 1,000 pre-orders needed for Ride the Serpent? I actually commented on his Facebook post about a week or so ago and asked, how about a full album release? When's that available? He responded, you babies cry and scream like there's a load of shit in your diapers. Over $200, yet you want to know when you can order $3,000 worth. Hell of a way to treat the fans. Incredible guitarist, awful person. Good luck, Vicky Vincent. Oh boy. Lembo says, I think the title means that Kiss has become a double platinum selling band. At least that's how I interpret it. Yes, you are actually 100% correct. That's exactly why. It was to celebrate that. Bill Sharp says, does the double platinum album remind anyone of those fold-out reflectors people use while sunbathing? Okay, I guess you could use it for that. Matthew Montgomery wants to know about Zeppelin Chronicles. Matthew, stay tuned, my friend. That is still alive, and we'll be back with that, so hold tight, but thank you for asking. Julian says, tracing paper and pencils. Did Tom invent the Kiss coloring book? Shithouse owes you big time. Oh, boy. Shithouse. Let's go over to Instagram. Frozen Tears Official, which is our buddy Thanos' band. Simply one of my favorite Kiss albums, having been a greatest hits and also having cool versions of tunes, which I love, like Strutter and Dr. Love. Pantheon Pods, we're very proud to be a partner with them. Many an entry point in their induction into the Kiss Armory, referring to Double Platinum. Abusement says, I messed my Double Platinum record trying to trace the photos to see what Peter and Ace would look like without makeup. That's pretty interesting. I like that. Let's look at emails here. We got one from our good friend Backpack Brad Rustoven. Guys, great recap of Double Platinum. Of course, it's a best of from a band that really didn't have any best ofs. Laughing emoji. This will be hard to believe since we're the same age, but Double Platinum really had little to no impact on my history. As an 8-year-old in 1980, I had Dressed to Kill, Destroyer, Love Gun Dynasty, and Unmasked on 8-track, along with the 4 solo albums on vinyl. My neighbor owned Double Platinum, but I didn't own a copy until the late 80s. While the packaging was awesome, I was never a fan of the track listing. I'm more of a second trilogy guy like you guys, and I also remember looking at the track listing and thinking, what the hell are these songs? The remixes are all great, except for Black Diamond. Why the hell does it start over? Zeus also made a great point regarding their stale set lists over the last 20 years. If anyone asked them about songs in the set, they could simply say, fuck them, they're on Double Platinum. Yeah, it's true. Then he does a stat breakdown, which is interesting here. Talks about what songs he would have added, songs he could have taken off. And he says, with 8 songs from the first trilogy, 12 from the second, I think this would have been a better overall representation of the band in 78. This is him referring to his wish list for the album. Very cool stuff, Brad. Love the deep dive into the stats. Thank you. That is from Backpack Brad. And let's go back over here, Zeus, to our Spotify comments. And we're going to read something from Barry Reese. He says, it's hard to explain how much I love this podcast. I've listened to it for years, and I've grown to feel like you guys are my friends, even if only via Spotify. You guys have helped keep my Kiss fandom alive because you always inspire me to listen to the old albums after each episode. Thank you. No, Barry, thank you. And these are the comments that Zeus and I love, is that Barry has been a long-time listener. He doesn't comment much, so he's not a household name like some of the other guys we read every week. But Barry, the fact that you not only love the show and we inspire you to go and listen to the music, that is something that we're very proud of. So thank you, Barry. And for that, my friend, you are the comment of the week.
Good answer. Good answer. I know what you think. We're going to be watching you.
We're off to a good start with these comments of the week for 2026.
Indeed.
And Tom, we're off to a good start with our Patreon family again.
Yep.
And that's because we have a new member, and that is Graydon Laycook.
Yeah.
Hope I'm saying that correct, Graydon. He joins us as a Spaceman member. So thank you for jumping on in the beginning of the year and helping out Shout It Out Loudcast. This is what Patreon is there to do. It's to help out the show and continue to let us grow. And you can become an awesome person like Graydon by going to our website at shoutitoutloudcast.com.
Go to him.
You'll see the icon right at the top. It says Patreon. Click on that. It'll take you right to the Patreon Shout It Out Loudcast page, and you can sign up right there. We have 4 different tiers, each of them with different perks, like merch, like polls, like ARC involvement, mailbag involvement, Flashback Fridays involvement, our message board, just so much stuff there. And we appreciate well over 100 members right now, going strong. And the growth and continuation of Shout It Out Loudcast is really reliant on our Patreon help, and we really appreciate you. So if you want to continue to see the show go and continue, please join our Patreon family and help the show. Thank you, Graydon, and thank you to all our Patreon family members.
Guys, thank you so much. Huge shout out to Graydon this week. Thank you so much for joining the family as a spaceman. And to everybody that's a member of the Patreon family, thank you guys so much. 2025 was the best we've ever had, and we continue to look forward to see how exciting 2026 will be. So thank you. Please check us out. Click on the link on our website at shoutitoutloudcast.com and be a cool guy like Graydon and become part of our Patreon family.
Yeah, Tom, we're going to go over to Kiss World. And we said we're going to try to start the year positive.
We are going to try to start the year positive. We can't. It's not our fault that fucking people out there don't. Yeah. So you guys saw our posts. You've seen it everywhere. Gene cannot keep his goddamn fucking mouth shut. And I don't understand what it is. First it was Ace, and now he is opened fire on Peter. We'll talk about it, but I'm going to read you the quotes so that it comes straight from him and not from me. First of all, he tells a bullshit story about the history of Beth, and he doesn't bring up that story. Boy, change it to Beck. People are going to think you're talking about Jeff Beck. He doesn't even mention that in this reverse story that he's telling now. But the big thing here is this, and this is how condescending and pompous of a fuck he is, and I love Gene. Nobody's a bigger Gene guy than me. But in this interview, he says, quote, "Okay, children, now that you've all grown up, it's time for the truth. Statement of fact. I love Peter. We all do. Families are complex. I don't know of any family that doesn't argue or get angry with each other and sometimes don't speak with each other for sometimes decades and then get back together again. Because family is family. Peter is always family, and sadly we saw Peter at Ace's funeral, and we reminisced in between the sorrow and the pain, remember when and all that, but it's time for the truth." He continues, quote, "Peter does not write songs. He doesn't play a musical instrument. Drums are not a musical instrument. They're called a percussive instrument. Really important, sometimes extremely important in a band. It was for us. But you cannot play a drum fill that can be copywritten, but you can come up with a riff that you can own and a melody and a lyric. Those can be copywritten, but nothing you do on drums will prevent anybody else from copying whatever you did and applying it to another song. Okay, that's number one. Number two, as far as I know, Peter plays no other instruments that I've ever seen. No keyboards, six instruments at all. Peter's got a great whiskey voice in the early days. Stan Pendridge was with Peter in a group called Chelsea, and they had a record out. I think it was on the MCA. Peter did not write Beth, and he did not write Baby Driver. Stan Pendridge wrote that. But through politics and hint, hint, nudge, nudge, I wasn't there when the conversation went down, but Stan Pendridge apparently agreed that Peter's name would go in the songwriting credit. It appears first, Peter Criss, Stan Pendridge, or Peter Criss, Bob Ezrin, Stan Pendridge, or the other way around. But Peter is first. Peter had nothing to do with that song. Nothing. He sang it. And to fix all the mythology and the gossip and the outright lies, it was Bob Ezrin who said, "I want to do this like Yesterday by the Beatles." So more acoustically. We never thought we'd be doing a song like that, but we all went, sure. The mythology of Beth is exactly that, mythology. The real story is Peter was lucky enough to be in the same place at the same time as a guy who wrote a song called Beth. And then Bob Ezrin, when he heard the song, went home before it was recorded and added the middle section. That is the story behind Beth. Zeus.
Did somebody ask him about that? Like, you could go and do this with Paul about everything. He didn't really write the fucking logo. Ace did. And go into how Ace really wrote it, and Paul's changed his story over the years. No one's asked Gene to talk about that. But he won't do that to Paul. He'll only do that to Ace and Peter, as though people asked him to shit on them. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, we love Peter and this and that. Well, you love Paul, but you don't fucking pull this shit on him. You don't. He doesn't do this shit about Paul, ever. And there's a million things he could do about Paul in the same manner he does this to Peter and Ace. So let's cut the shit, would you? What it is, I bet you, watching the fucking Kennedy Center honors and hearing and seeing Beth getting all this love, Paul is fucking getting pissed and snickering shit and kept saying shit. And he's like, and so Gene's like, let me do Paul a solid. I'll fucking say something. And he did.
So, yes, I agree that this has to do with the Kennedy Center honors, and it has to do with Peter being back in the spotlight and having an album. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. Couple things here. First of all, Gene with the condescending. Okay, kids, time for the truth. Like, really? That's the mythology? Okay, I'm going to put the story of Beth to the side because Gene is a fucking 80-year-old, however old he is, half brain-dead nitwit, which breaks my heart to say that because I love him. The thing that pissed me off, why the fuck are you shitting on his ability as a musician? First of all, Peter doesn't play first of all, the drums aren't an instrument. And then in the following sentence, you say they are a percussive instrument. Drums aren't an instrument. Okay, so Neil Peart didn't play an instrument. John Bonham didn't play an instrument.
Yeah, they're not musicians.
Ringo Starr didn't play. What are you, out of your mind? You just find ways to shit on this guy. Now you're taking him as a musician out of the way. The whole thing boggled my mind. You're stealing the limelight from him as a songwriter on your biggest song. You're shitting on him as a musician, saying that he can't even play one. This is just really bizarre.
And he made the comment about the voice in his whiskey, whatever voice.
Right.
Back then. In other words, his voice sucks right now.
It's just bizarre that you just got off destroying Ace and ridiculing him after he passed. Now, out of nowhere, nobody provoked you. Nobody asked you. You're just open firing Peter. It's awful. I don't know what's more annoying, Zeus, the fucking band or the Kiss tards that are just making it impossible to enjoy this band. And our buddy Eddie Trunk retweeted our tweet, and he opened fire on Gene too. He's got fucking no love lost for Gene after what he did with Ace. But by the way, so the drums aren't an instrument; they're a percussive instrument. Do you even know what you're talking about? You just use the same word in back-to-back sentences. I don't know, man. It's frustrating. Really frustrating. Way out of line. Can't help himself.
And it gets back to a lot of the stuff, and it's, hey, you can't bring this up, or hey, you can't criticize, you can't have a strong opinion about one way or the other, or that doesn't make you a Kiss fan. I fucking love Gene.
So do I. He's my favorite member.
I love the band.
Yep.
But it's a fucking dysfunctional fucking mess.
Yep.
Between them, the comments, the fans, how people perceive them, who's a real fan, who can talk about them this way, what can you say about the band? Who gives a fuck, dude? Just talk about it in the way that you want to talk about it, what comes to mind when you see and hear things, okay? I love my Boston Bruins, but there are fucking things that they've done when they make a trade. I can't just sit there and be like, a wonderful trade. We traded Wayne Gretzky for Bruce Shoebottom. I love the trade. Well, what can you say? I'm not fucking stupid. Like, you can criticize your team and still love the team.
Yep.
That's what happens with Kiss. I don't know how you can be a fan of the original band or just Kiss in general and hear that comment and be like, yeah, one of the four members of my favorite band just got fucking annihilated as a useless piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be okay with it. Yeah, it's okay. Because the other member said it. If that was a comment made by D. Snyder.
Oh, God, forget
about
it.
Peter Criss.
People's heads would be on fire.
Army would be fucking flipping out, going nuts.
Yep.
But when it's Gene, some people are like, that's just Uncle Gene. What are you going to say? Or, what do you guys think? No. This is bullshit. And it's wrong. I don't know how many people need to turn back, but the problem is it ain't going to affect their bottom line, which is people going and buying their fucking shit.
They are.
Kiss cards are still going to be buying all the stuff that there's out there. But man, does he come across like an asshole or what?
This is as bad as the Ace stuff was, and don't get me wrong, it was, and that was. I'm sorry, I'm the first person to forgive people. You could tell he had a gun to his head when he typed that apology for Ace. You can't even. Did you notice? Like, you couldn't even say anything about his new album. Great to see Peter, 80 years old, out there recording new music. Nothing. Instead, Peter didn't write Beth, and Peter doesn't know how to play an instrument. The drums aren't an instrument. There's your mythology.
A good voice.
Yeah, it's just, what is the motivation? You know what it is? It's almost like, okay, my mom is 82. My mom's got fucking no filter at all. She will say whatever and then when she says something, I'm like, Mom, why would you say that about fucking Auntie Joanne, whatever? She's like, what's the big...
Auntie Joanne's put on some weight.
Well, yeah, right. But
what the fuck's that?
And I'm like, yeah, Mom, I get it. You're 82, but you still can't say. But to bring up your point, Zeus, it's like, that's just Uncle Gene. No, you can't let him off the hook. He still said something fucking awful.
And the funny thing is, honestly, I don't think he's doing it maliciously.
No,
I don't.
He doesn't
just think he just fucking says stupid shit.
I agree with you.
I don't think it's like, because what was the beginning of that? The whole comments. I love Peter. Peter's a family member.
Peter's family.
So then why are you shitting on him then? Why would you bring this up as he releases his first album? Why aren't you supporting him?
Not to mention,
you know what I mean?
Not to mention, Destroyer has been out for 50 fucking years. You decided right now to tell us this story? Why should we believe it? First of all, why should any of us believe? We have read every Kiss book ever published. We should talk to our buddy James Campion, who wrote the book about Destroyer. Is this fucking story true? Do you know anything about the background? Because we've read every Kiss book. I have never heard this story about Beth.
So, again, there's no reason to say these things.
That's the point.
To cut him down.
Correct.
Why do you need to cut him down? Did they hear something? Did Peter say something? Did something get spread? And you're like, you know what? I'm going to fucking put him in this place.
It was the Kennedy Center honors. I agree with you. It was definitely that. It was anytime Beth gets any kind of accolade, they have to remind us.
When there was that one part where, and I mentioned it last week, I think, or the week before, where some reporter asked on the red carpet, like,
oh, yes,
Gene's testifying, and he was like, "Oh, we make plenty of money. That's nonsense. Like, I'm not getting involved." And he kind of was like, "Yeah, but he has an opinion." And somebody asked him directly about Gene's comments about music and the industry, and he kind of mocked it a little bit.
Yeah.
Did Gene take offense? Oh yeah, that's because you're not a musician, Peter Chris.
Yeah, right.
Maybe that has something to do with it. But there was no reason to bring this up. You don't need to fucking do this. Same thing with we wanted to do this, but Paul said no. So we had nothing to do with it. And it was Paul that really pulled that shit. And I think it was terrible for him to do that. And it makes him a small individual. Why don't you ever say shit like that? You can't. And you wouldn't.
I just find it fascinating that I'm 52 years old and I just learned that the drums aren't an instrument. What the fuck are you talking about?
Is he going to go up to Dave Grohl and tell him but Dave Grohl can play guitar though. So, and he can play a bass. So are you going to say like, oh, when you play the drums, that's not really an instrument?
What is it? What the fuck is it then? What is it, a toy? Christ almighty. And let's just say, let's play the game. Let's just say for the sake of argument that the drums aren't an instrument. Let's just play Gene's game. Why would you say that Peter it can't play an instrument? Why would you attack his ability to make music? To make music that gives you the ability to talk into a microphone at this age and shit on him.
Somewhere something fucking got into his craw that he's like, I'm going to fucking tell people the truth about Beth, according to Gene Simmons. Fuck Peter Chris.
That's exactly
and it's like, let me tell you kids the real story.
Yeah, the mythology. The mythology. Oh, okay.
Dude, first of all, it's a Kiss song. Nobody really gives a fuck.
Not to mention Beth sucks. Fucking song is terrible. No one cares.
Oh, that's not true.
Well, it's whatever.
But regardless, why would you do that? It's your song. They would rather fucking give dead Stan Pepperidge Farm and fucking Bob Ezrin credit.
Yep. Yeah.
Than to fucking give a little love to this supposed the guy they love in the band.
Huh. Right. Now we're recording on Wednesday, January 7th. How soon until Gene issues an apology? Peter's family, I never meant to cut down his ability as an artist.
Somebody would have to get to him.
Oh, somebody will get to him.
It ain't gonna be Paul.
No.
Paul will double down.
This is going you know why this is going everywhere? Because first of all, like Ace, okay? Ace had passed and everybody fucking loved Ace, the Ace cult. People love Peter. He's aged gracefully. He's 80. He's putting out new music. He's a kind old man. People are going to, and Gene's got no fucking.
Maybe his wife pissed him off. Maybe somebody pissed him off and they're like, you know what? I'm going to fucking cut this guy down. Cause that's not a, oops, I can't believe I said that. That's a, come here, let me tell you.
Yeah.
That was done purposefully.
Yeah, I mean, it's like talking about an athlete. Be like, yeah, Tom Brady, he didn't really like throw those passes. And to be honest with you, he's not really an athlete. Throw the footballs. It really doesn't make you an athlete. Like what? What are you what? Just fucking brutal, dude. Brutal. Oh, and then we go to the other end of the psychotic fucking family. Fucking. So we got one
fucking exhausting being a Kiss fan.
You got one lunatic here, and now you got Vinnie Vincent. You're lucky I'm only charging $200. I know the economy is in rough shape. I was going to charge $300, but I'm going to charge $200. And now he's threatening to not release it at all because people are bitching about the price. Oh, no, please don't do that. It's the greatest album ever made, he said.
What the fuck? What's up with this band?
I miss the days of making fun of Paul on his electric bike. I do that. Those are the fun days. I can't.
Insanity.
I can't. And we always had, and God bless Ace and rest in peace. We always had fun with Ace. Anytime Ace was in the news, it was always something that entertained us and made us enjoy it and laugh. Now we're stuck with Pissy Paul, Grumpy Gene, fucking
delusional
I can't even think of a word for fucking Vinny. Oh, just brutal.
I was a blackout drunk.
Exactly.
And you still made more sense.
Right.
Oh,
God almighty. Anyways.
All right.
Stop. Don't talk anymore. I'm hearing shit in the background. What is that?
I'm hearing shit in the background. What is that? God bless you. God bless you.
Kiss predictions. So we're going to do predictions for the band. We're going to do predictions for the members. We can start with Mark St. John. Is any predictions for him, Tom?
I don't know. Hopefully not.
More embarrassing photos will pop up on social medias here and there.
No kidding.
Poor Mark St. John.
Yeah.
I don't expect much from him. Though that White Tiger album, there are people clamoring for a new updated deluxe version of it.
Well, at the rate that the Patreon ARC picks are going, we'll probably end up fucking reviewing that soon. Good
well,
God.
It is a Kiss member album. We might have to do someday.
Oh, I know. We'll be forced to do it.
Oh,
I know.
All right. So then let's go to another guy. Let's go to Eric Carr, Tom, the late, great Eric Carr. What do you think?
Yeah.
Anything coming out again?
Oh, yeah. Now, again, with all due respect, Loretta, pushing the product for Eric, Record Store Day is an annual tradition for Eric Carr, whether it's new material or new versions of previously released material. I don't have a problem with that. And the reason I don't have a problem with that is if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. If you want to buy it, buy it. I like seeing Kiss products out in the wild. I like that.
Okay, so are you okay with her just releasing the same album, a different version, every year for the next 10 years?
No. So, and forgive me if I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth. What I wish she had done was released Unfinished Business or Rockology or whatever, and released all the multiple versions then. Okay. I know that you're not going to do that because that's not how you make money. You have to continue to do it. Now, you releasing these liquid filled things, the splatter thing, the box set, whatever. No, but there's only a finite amount of music that Eric Carr has as far as we're aware. So I'd like to see more, but I don't know. I mean, I like seeing Eric Carr material being released, but you're right. Right now we're in a trend where it's the same stuff, just different format.
Yeah, you could always get new artists to do different songs of his or things like that.
Yeah.
Special deluxe Elephant Man. Fucking
right. The tribute album, an Eric Carr tribute album. I don't know.
Vinnie Vincent,
right.
Invasion does Elephant Man. You never know.
Right.
But I think she'll have a new album out for album vinyl day, whatever the fuck they call it.
Well, Record Store Day has been announced. Record Store Day is in April this year. Usually there's two a year. There's one in April and there's one on Black Friday in November. So a Record Store Day for April has been announced. None of the titles have been released yet. So we'll see if they do another Eric Carr one.
Yeah, I expect something like that. Now, there is supposed to be like a documentary video or movie thing that's supposedly coming out. sounded like it was supposed to come out this year. Let's see if that happens. So I'd love it that will come out this year. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, Loretta, God love her, she seems, determined to keep the legacy of her brother alive, which is great, and we like that. So let's see if she continues to do that.
Let's move over to Eric Singer. What do you expect from him this year?
You know what? That's a good question. The only thing I could see from him, and this would kind of double down with a Paul prediction, would be if there's more Soul Station, which I'm not 100% sure if that's a thing. But I think Eric's days of drumming outside of Kiss, I don't think you'll see it. If he does anything, I think you'll see him with Kiss, or if Paul does another Soul Station.
Okay. I expect him the same, but I expect him to pop in. Like, let's say there's a Gene event or a Bruce Kulick event. He maybe to jump in and jump on the drums for things like that. I don't expect him to jump on someone's tour and be their drummer or anything like that as well. I expect him to just do whatever Kiss or Paul Stanley projects there are.
Yep.
Let's go to Vinnie Vincent, Tom.
Well, we just covered that. Whatever. He's a character. I mean, who knows? He just keeps talking. Nothing's going to come out. I mean, he knows that no one's paying for that. So he's either Guitar Mageddon is either never completed, and he's doing this is like, well, I'm going to sell it for $200, and when everybody bitching about it, he's going to say, well, I'm not going to sell it then, because you don't have it. It's not done. So I think we're just going to continue to see him in the news.
But not release anything. You don't
never. No way. No way.
I don't know. He hasn't done like a Vinnie Vincent meetup in a little bit of time.
No, he hasn't been around in a while.
I expect him. He's going to be needing some funds. And so I do think that something's going to be released. I don't know if it'll be the full album, maybe a couple singles.
Well, I can tell you right now, I mean, if Guitar Mageddon was an actual release, like a box set type thing that was priced normally, I'd get it. We'd fucking have a blast with it talking about it on the show.
So do you think that Vinnie Vincent has 10,000 music fans, like real fans, 10,000 in the world?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yes.
10,000.
Yeah, because I think he has 10,000 Kiss fans. Yeah.
10,000.
Yeah.
Times $200.
Right.
That's $2 million.
Right. But that's one song. That's $200 for one track.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So can he get 10,000?
No, I'm telling you, there is no song available. He knows no one is going to pay for it in his
just asking you.
No, I know.
Do you think if he releases something that he could get 10,000 people to buy it?
No, he would maybe get 10. Just like Kiss did with that Gold Strutter single thing. He might get 10 people to pool their resources together and buy it, and so they can talk about it.
Oh, I think he'll get at least 1,000.
Oh, God. I just don't think he's ever going to release it. I think that's his
$200,000. Yeah. Not that it's straight money in his pocket.
Yeah.
But $200,000. That's a pretty good life for one fucking song.
Yeah. But that's the bait and switch. Hey, I got this new music. It's $200. I'm not paying that. Fine, I won't release it. Meanwhile, there's nothing exists.
If he sold his album for $200 and he got 10,000 sales, $2 million.
If the entire album cost $200, as laughable and insane as that is, you'd have way more people buying it.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the numbers if you play them out.
Right.
I don't know. I think he sees I think he's going to try it and see how fucking how much he can sell. And then when it doesn't sell, he's going to do something different and complain about it and not release the rest of it.
People are going to call his bluff. They're going to be people that are going to order it. Then he's going to say, I didn't get enough orders. Sorry, I have to cancel it and refund your money. I'm telling you, there is no music.
And he ain't refunding shit.
I'm just saying, but there's no music out there.
And he would never say that I didn't get enough sales.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. He would never admit to that.
Okay. Tommy Thayer.
If Tommy does anything, it's going to be a Kiss cruise, which we'll talk about in more predictions, or he did that one-off with Black and Blue. I'm not sure how serious he is with.
He's got
with,
that album out.
Right. But I think I think at this point you might see him at events again, the cruise, and that's probably it. I think I think a lot of these guys are kind of in the twilight, and if they're needed for something, if they're called on for something, but in terms of like the Tommy Thayer band or Black and Blue featuring Tommy Thayer, no, I don't think so.
Well, I think he's going to stick to what he's comfortable with, is doing some shit with Black and Blue.
Yep.
Or doing projects with Gene and Paul for Kiss. Yep. And then whatever Kiss events that he has lined up. I don't think expect him to become a guitarist in a new band or something.
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to, hey guys, Bruce Kulick.
I hope Bruce continues doing what he's doing, putting out his videos, his retrospectives, touring, doing his shows whenever he's called upon. The book. Everything that Bruce does, we love. There's really no big anniversaries really per se for Bruce this year. So it's 40 years. Nothing really came out in 86 to celebrate. 50 years was rock and roll over and that stuff. And obviously he wasn't part of that. So I don't think you'll see any, I mean, he pays tribute to the classic era. So he might do stuff like that, but I hope he continues touring. He's amazing live. He's great. We love him. And I hope that book comes out, 'cause I'm sure he's got a shit ton of stories to tell.
Yeah. I don't expect him to do anything. Honestly, I felt like Kiss, the band themselves, didn't give him any love.
Oh, they gave him none.
At that Kiss event.
Oh, that was
so. Bruce will jump in on any Kiss event if he's invited.
Correct.
Is he going to be invited again? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they love him that much. At least the band. I wish he would go out and do stuff with his band, him, a Todd, a Zach, and Brent, and do something again, because I think that band is the best version of any of the Kiss bands out there.
Yep.
So I hope he does something like that, but who knows? Maybe he's working on an album, and I know he's working on that book. So other than that, I'm not sure what to expect from Bruce. I'd like to think he's got an album coming out, but we haven't really heard anything about that specifically. He'll probably be doing like the circuit, the fucking whatever Creatures Fest bullshit is coming around the corner again.
Yep.
So we can get fucking blasted with more social media shit on that. Holy Christ.
Marked safe from Creatures Fest assaulting my timeline.
God.
Yep.
But Bruce is well loved by the fans for a reason, because he's a great guy, and hopefully he has some more shit in the works. But I don't expect anything this year. I haven't heard anything, so he'll probably just do like the circuit, like if there's appearances and things like that.
Yep. And I'd love to see it if Zach can't make it. Joe McGinnis kicked fucking ass in Vegas, playing that role as Gene with the bass. So that was great too. So anything Bruce does, we always have a good time with it. So.
Okay. So now we're left with the original four. Ace, I like to think Origins Volume 3 will be out.
Yeah, that'll come out. It's funny because right now I'm not really sure like who's running his estate. I know he just recently passed right before the holidays. It's only January, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Origins 3 will come out. I know they released like a different vinyl version with some kind of a fold out of Trouble Walking. I'm not sure if that was already in the works before his passing. So I know that came out. And then we keep hearing about Origins Volume 3. I don't know. I want to see more from Ace, I hope.
Yeah, I don't expect anything other than Origins Volume 3 to be out this year, but I do expect some sort of tribute album coming out the following year.
You might get that this year, maybe at the end of the year.
It would be tight to get that in.
It would, but we can hope.
Yeah, that's it for Ace. As far as Peter goes, I think Peter's gonna continue to, promote his new album. Maybe get a little bit more out there, do more interviews, be a little bit more of a presence on social media. I know that previous guest Jason Herden runs his social media, so hopefully he'll get out there and make more of a presence. It'll be curious to see if he responds to Gene. I haven't seen anything as of recording of this.
Nah, he won't.
if he does not, then Peter is going to continuously take the high road. And I wouldn't say he's taking the low road if he responds to this, because I think he should.
Right. Peter's got a couple more announcements, man. He keeps appearing at like these expos. He's like Comic-Con, HorrorCon type things, making appearances and signings. I'd love to see, I know it's difficult. He's 80 years old, but I'd love to see some kind of like little like club performance thing, you know, maybe him just singing some songs, trying to get out there and promote the album. That's extreme wishful thinking. I'm not predicting that that's happening. But it's nice to see Peter is back, and hopefully when me and you get our copies of his album, we'll be able to discuss
I have it.
Yeah, I don't. I have a digital version that I was sent to me, so I have been able to listen to it, technically speaking, but I don't have my hard copy of CD or vinyl yet.
I have it. I've downloaded it to my phone. I listened to it in the car. I've had it for a while. I ordered it from Amazon. Got it. 2 days.
Good for you. Excellent. Glad to hear it.
Yeah. So that's it for Peter. As far as Paul goes, I expect a Soul Station either mini tour or an album to drop this year. I think he's been working on it. That's the only kind of music he has. I think that's going to be coming, and he'll do a couple shows here and there. I think he'll continue to do his Wentworth Gallery fucking painting shit. And that's it. And then do the circuit where he goes on specific safe podcasts and says the same old cliche shit that he always says.
Yeah, I totally agree. There's going to be more Soul Station. There's going to be more activity like that. Any Kiss-related activity, of course, will be a cruise type event. But yeah, Soul Station's definitely coming back. He'll be doing something like that. So we'll see him. He's been kind of, again, I know we just had Vegas. We had Aces passing. We had Vegas, and we had the holidays. So I know things are quieting down. We had the box sets. They did a couple of those videos. I'm anticipating once people get back into the groove of the new year, you'll start seeing a little bit more activity with everybody, including Paul. So, yeah, I agree with you.
Peter, you're an illiterate idiot who can't read or even talk correctly and never finished school.
Pretty much. Thanks, Gene and Paul. Yeah.
You never finished school. Why like that?
The comments that they make are so cutting, and it hurt. Like, not to sound like the Jerky Boys, they're hurtful. They go for those sweet spots in people that hurt them. They're hurtful.
Like, you can get away with say, I mean, you can get to a fight and be like, you're a fucking asshole. Fuck
right.
you.
Yeah, calling each other names.
But if I said to you, Tom, you're a fucking moron who could barely fucking finish 4 years of public high school at fucking Chelsea High.
Right.
Like, I've been thinking about that for quite some time.
You've had that
I knew
stored.
that would hurt you. Yeah,
exactly.
I knew that would fucking fuck you.
Yeah.
What? Hey, Tom, quit being a fucking loudmouth fucking asshole.
Right.
You know what? If you called me that, I'd be like, yeah, I can be that.
Right.
But if you're like,
but if I was like, Zeus, you stupid, you couldn't even fucking, I'd be like, yeah, that's been in my insult Rolodex.
Yeah, you've been on. Why don't you fucking go out and fail the bar for your fourth time again? No wonder you never became a fucking attorney. Like,
I would never say that. Yeah, that's.
But you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I know people that took the bar 4 times and just gave up. They couldn't do it.
Right.
If I ever got into a fight with them and ever said that to them, never ever would I expect them to talk to me again.
No, you'd be dead.
That is so cutting.
But that's what
those type of comments are.
That's what they do.
Illiterate. They couldn't finish school.
God Almighty, fucking asshole.
Not like, Gene, you're a cheap fucking asshole.
No, Gene, I threw pennies in the gutter and you fucking ran
underneath your double chin.
Which is hilarious because there's nobody more sensitive on planet Earth than Paul Stanley.
I'm going to fucking kill you.
That's exactly what he would say if somebody said something. Imagine if if Gene was like, Paul, your crooked face, fucking Zoom Max Dweeby, whatever the fuck he says, Bender says. Why did you go out there? What would you be doing if you weren't making yourself a better citizen?
God. Just
like, brutal. Honestly, if Gene just said, why don't you take your bike and go get some gelato?
Yeah. That'd be the end of him.
Oh my God. It's just so fucking mean.
It's brutal.
All right, Gene.
Well, he toured, which for all the reviews we heard sucked.
Well, you don't want to hear fucking strangers come up on the stage and sing one of your favorite songs?
Yeah, right. So honestly, I think Gene is probably the only guy where, other than the Kiss cruise or a cruise event, I don't think you're going to hear him at all. I think he's done.
See, I take it the complete opposite.
Okay, go ahead.
Gene is the only one that keeps Kiss alive. He's proud to be Kiss. We have more copyright products in Kiss than he loves that shit. That's his identity. He has no shame in that. You think Paul Stanley ever says, well, we have more copyrighted toys than anything in the world? Paul doesn't brag about that. Gene lives that shit.
Yeah.
What do I think Gene's going to do? I think Gene's going to keep doing selective dates with his band, play music whenever he wants. I think he'll come up with another one of his, have dinner with Gene or create a song with Gene. He'll do one of those more things. And I think he'll continue to hit the circuit and because he loves to hear himself talk. So I think he'll continuously do that. I don't think that's going to stop. I think he's a workaholic. He doesn't know how to sit down. But I think he's going to keep the Kiss fucking brand out there.
Okay, but in terms of performance, I don't think we're going to see him with a bass in his hand unless there's a Kiss cruise.
No. He's going to still do dates. He'll still do some
I hope
Gene
he does.
Simmons band.
Yeah, I hope he does so we can go and bitch about it when we do our review.
Oh, who wants to hear me do 12 songs? 5 of them are shitty covers. And the other 2 of them are I bring fat chicks up on stage and they sing the song with me.
Welcome to the Gene Simmons Vault Tour. Tonight we're going to do disc 2 in its entirety.
Oh, I would pay for that. You kidding me?
I would actually like that.
Rather than here comes Big Bertha and Fat Sally to help me sing Shout It Out Loud.
Here come the Titty Twins to sing Charisma.
This is Gene Simmons' I Love Fat Chicks tour. I don't expect him to stop. I don't. I think that's his life. He loves that shit. Oh, and there'll be another Gene Simmons product of some sort. Buy your Gene Simmons salt and pepper shakers.
Get your Gene Simmons barbecue sauce.
Oh, just like that fucking Kiss tard that was on that video for Times Square.
Oh, God.
Who fucking...
The guy wore a fucking Kiss diaper.
Did you ever see the Chris Rock show when he was talking about black people and how they need to get there to the promised land? And he did this thing where he was moving the guy like proud moments in black history.
Yes.
And then something bad would happen and they'd move back down.
Yep.
Like that's the Kiss tard. Like Kiss gets elected into the Kennedy Center honors. The Kiss guy, the Kiss tard moves up the fucking charts. And then all of a sudden, they put a Kiss tard in video at Times Square, and he's like, yeah, I got a diaper on. I just piss in that. Wearing a fucking Kiss hat. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
The only thing that would have been better than that is if he had a Shout It Out Loudcast shirt on. Yeah, it's my favorite band.
And he's just pissed. Get that guy a Gene Simmons diaper right now.
Simmons depends. Oh, God. Brutal.
Gene had long hair and a beard under his double chin. He was very overweight.
Good God, what an asshole. Just a fucking asshole. Oh.
Tom.
You're hurting me. You're really hurting me.
Don't say that about Paul.
I'm sorry.
Why are you doing this?
I asked myself that same thing, Paul. I have no idea.
Anyways, let's go the band. What do you expect from the band this year?
So definitely 100% stone cold lead pipe lock.
Oh.
There's going to be a cruise. Now, let me be clear. I disagree with you. I think it's going to be another landlocked Vegas event because the guys are old. They don't want to be held captive on a ship for 5 days. They want to come and go as they please, do their thing, go home, fuck around, whatever. I think that was a success. We may not have loved every bit of it, but I think it was a success. I think it's definitely happening again. If there is an actual cruise on a ship, I would be slightly surprised, but there's 100% going to be an event, and my money is on it being a landlocked Vegas event. For sure. No doubt.
A lot of Kiss fans aren't the brightest people in the world.
Well, Tom, you're included in that.
That's very true. Very true.
You keep saying this.
Yes.
They didn't even sell out. Okay?
Right.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. They didn't sell out the first one. Everyone's excited to see Kiss's back. They also hinted along the way, ask Doc, if you remember from our show.
I remember.
That maybe Peter and Ace might show up.
Right.
And people were like, oh. That's all fucking gone.
Right.
They don't have that. They didn't sell out last time. It's only going to get fewer and fewer people to go.
Which is why they're not going to
people are going to go?
Yeah, which is why they're not going to go on a boat.
They can sell the cruise because the cruise is a different fucking experience than hanging out in Vegas. I think Vegas is only, if they do it in Vegas, they'll get less and less and less to the point where they're going to lose money. I don't expect them to do that in Vegas next year. If they do, I think they'll do less. I'll say this. I expect them to make an announcement about a Kiss cruise. I don't know if it'll happen this year. They might make the announcement this year and it'd be a boat cruise for the following year. I don't know if they want to go back to it 1 year later when even this year wasn't their first one since they've been off for 2 years. Wasn't a sell-out success.
So
honestly, I don't.
So I 100% agree with you that a cruise would be more successful in a much bigger sellout. However, I can't believe I'm saying this about Kiss. I don't think they care about that anymore. I think they want to do some event, and I think right now, I think the personal desires of Paul and Gene outweigh the need to sell out a physical cruise ship. I don't think they want to do
capacity. They're fucking losing money. They'll lose money every year they do this. There's no need or want for another one just like this. They won't. It'll just get less and less. So by the time they try to do it in 2-3 years, nobody's going to go to these.
You might be right, but Kiss ain't putting the makeup on anymore.
Leave a little time and then do it.
But okay, but
a cruise is a cruise. That was a guaranteed sellout every fucking time.
Right.
A cruise will be successful no matter what. They'll do it. They'll make money. This, I don't think so.
You would be satisfied going on a Kiss cruise and only getting the sail away acoustic show or getting some indoor show without makeup and blood and fire and make you would?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's why you're going without me. That's why you're going without me.
More bands. The food will be included. The drinks will be included. And I can catch my buddies every fucking time and just hang out and do our own shit.
Look, you might be right. I'm not denying that that's a possibility. I just don't think fucking Paul and Gene care enough anymore to go on a cruise for 5 days.
No, but it's part of the Kiss legacy. The cruises are a success.
I agree.
I don't think they'd want to get away from it. Why? You know it works. Why are you fucking doing something different?
But you actually believe Doc's excuse that they quote unquote couldn't get a ship?
Yeah, because you got to book it out a year and a half at least.
So what were they doing? Why didn't they do it?
Because they weren't sure what they're going to do after the end of the road. They probably want to take a break for a bit. And then they're like, okay, let's come up with this idea. Well, is there any chance we can get a boat? Nope. So then what else do we got?
You might be right. I said it already. If there is a physical cruise ship on a boat, I won't be surprised. I will be slightly surprised, but I just don't.
It may not even be this year. It might be just an announcement this year. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe they just want to take the easier way out. They don't give a shit. They make money. As far as the band members, they don't give a fuck. Pay me whether I come. Fuck you. Pay me now. Like they don't give a fuck. So
I don't know. We'll see. I just think they're on borrowed time right now, and I don't mean that in terms of like they're going to die. I just mean in terms of having the energy and the enthusiasm
they can do an acoustic
perform.
set to go, and then they can do a live unplugged, no makeup fucking set. It'd be fine. I'd be happy with that. If you can tell me there's going to be like 5-6 other bands that I really like are going to be there.
No, you know that. Yeah, but you know as well as I do, it's going to be the same bands that do the circuit. The bands from Creatures Fest, the bands from Vegas,
I'll
the
take
bands
them
from
any day
Monsters
over
of Rock.
what was fucking at in Vegas. I'll take that any day.
But what I'm saying is it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be Rad. It's going to be Sebastian Bach. It's going to be that. It's going to be those bands that go and do the circuit, which is fine. But we've seen them 100 times, including Kiss.
I think I would prefer that. Now,
Okay.
that's just one aspect of Kiss.
Yep.
Musically, I expect, I'm going to say this, one new box set maybe, and at least one off the soundboard.
Okay, I got a couple things here. I have them ranked in order of what I actually really truly believe. Okay, I think there's 100% there's going to be a 50th anniversary rock and roll over box set. Thank God, because it'll be amazing, because I know there's shit ton of demos and stuff from that era, the tour, whatever. That's coming. Okay, the other thing is this year will be 30 years since the reunion. Okay, 30 years. They've never really released anything proper and official from that. They released that Millennium concert. Remember that Alive 4 type thing? I think I don't know if it's going to be a box set. I think there's going to be some kind of official celebration of 30 years since the reunion. Now that's going to be tricky because with Ace and Peter, but again, if Pop House is involved, Pop House can do it. Gene and Paul don't need to fucking sign off on it because they probably have no say. So I think there's going to be some kind of 30th anniversary celebration of the reunion. The other thing, and this is my Hail Mary, they acknowledged the Elder for its 40th anniversary by giving it a picture disc and another kind of commemoration type thing, t-shirt and stuff. This year is 45 years since the Elder. I'm not saying there's going to be a box set. There's going to be something, because if Pop House is running the show, and hopefully Pop House is getting good information from people, Kiss fans love the Elder. For better or for worse, they fucking love the Elder, and there's not a lot of stuff out in the world regarding the Elder. So I think they're going to do something Elder-related for the 45th anniversary of that.
Okay. I have no expectations of them doing anything on the Elder. I have no expectations of them doing anything for the reunion.
Okay.
They're not going to celebrate Peter and Ace if they don't have to. So that's why I think that. Now, the other aspect of it is Rock and Roll Over makes sense.
Yep.
But I don't know if they're going to do that. If they're going to do a box set, it would be that. That's how I look at it, right?
Yep.
So if they're going to do that, they would be Rock and Roll Over. I think they'll do a off the soundboard. What I'd like to hear is them to do the Unmasked tour, whether it be that one show in the Palladium, if there is audio for that, or somewhere in Australia for the tour for Unmasked. That's what I'm looking at as far as music is concerned with Kiss.
The other thing too, it's 50 years for Destroyer. Now, they already released a box set for the 45th anniversary, which is weird. They released, colored vinyl, etc. They are not letting the 50th anniversary of Destroyer come and go without releasing one of those.
Release an honorable fucking 8-track so people can go buy 8 tracks.
They honestly, they will do something. They will honor the 50th anniversary of that picture disc, some weird commemorative item. That's not going to come and go without fanfare, as it should be. So you'll definitely see that.
All right. Let's go to projects. In my opinion, the documentary on The End of the Road will be out this year.
I hope.
I think they'll film the Netflix fucking biography, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Biopic thing.
Yep.
I think they'll start filming that. It won't be out this year, but I think the End of the Road film will be out this year. That's how I see it.
Yeah, in terms of projects, that's probably. Look, I know we have wishful thinking, and this is really not a wish list. This is more of predictions. I mean, you could have some wishes here. Yeah, I think you'll see the documentary and the beginning of the Netflix biopic being made. I hope that. I would really like to see more. I mean, Pop House has been under control here for a few years. We say this all the time. I want to see more. I want more video. I want more home video or Kissology type things out there. I want more physical media. I don't need any more fucking t-shirts or hoodies with Japanese symbols written on the sleeves. I don't need any more of that. I want stuff about the band that I love, which is the music and the video. I don't know if we're ever going to get that again, but that's what I want. I know we're doing predictions and not a wish list, so I can't really predict that that's going to happen, but I don't know. I do wish we could get a little bit more of that.
Yeah, I would too. There's so much they can do. And again, I hope they spread this shit out and don't bombard us with all this shit at the same fucking time and then have nothing
Agreed.
for a year and a half.
Agreed.
So I'll be happy with the end of the road documentary. I'll be happy with a box set. I'll be happy with it off the soundboard. And I'll be happy with a mini Gene tour and go from there and see what happens.
You're right.
But those are my expectations.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the off the soundboard. You hinted at that. I would love for them to get back on track with those being released every quarter. You know, at that time we got like 3 or 4 a month.
One every quarter because they're going to run out. I don't want them to be Pearl Jam.
I meant
fucking have 200 fucking concert.
No.
CDs
I misspoke. I meant 3 or 4 a year, one every quarter. That's what I meant. But even
I don't
two
know, but I don't want that either. I will take 1 or 2 if that. I don't need it every year.
Right.
You know,
but I want those back.
I don't need 4 from the fucking Love Gun tour.
No, we already got 1 from the Love Gun tour.
No, but you get my point. Like,
I know.
I'd rather spread the shit out. Let me enjoy some stuff.
Yep. So. No, I agree. Give me. We all want that. We all want something from Dynasty or Unmasked or like fucking Winterland, something like that, or whatever.
I threw pennies into the street in Chinatown because I knew he would run out and retrieve them. I used to just stand on the curb and fling them, and he would run into the gutter to get the coins.
He would, the tone of his voice when he says, and he would run into the gutter to get the coins. Like, just so brute. Just, what a takedown. What an asshole. Brutal. Fucking brutal.
One other prediction, Tom. I predict we don't make it through the end of the year.
Oh, that might be the stone cold lead pipe lock right there.
I've had it with a lot of this.
I can tell you right now.
Oh my God, have I had it with a lot of this stupid shit.
I cannot believe we're on episode 360 something. What is wrong with us? I can't believe it.
You know why? It's because of our fucking loudcasters that we love that we do this.
Well, and it's also because me and you love each other every week to do this and fucking go off for 2 hours. That's what we do.
But it's just like,
yeah, I know. I'm with you.
Anyway, Tom, let's move on to this.
Hey, what is this? 20 fucking questions?
All right. Question of the week brought to us by the great Bill Sharp. He says, over the years, there have been 9 different lineups in KISS. Now, pretending everyone is alive, okay, so this is imaginary fantasy land. If you could pick one more lineup, which lead guitarist and drummer combination would you pick to join Gene and Paul to record an album and go on tour?
Vinnie Vincent, Eric Carr.
Really?
I want that. I how many times have I said I wish they got more albums out of that lineup?
Okay.
Vinnie Vincent, Eric Carr. Yes.
Okay. You want to know what's funny? You know why I said really? Because I can't believe you said the same thing I was going to say. I never thought you would say Vinnie Vincent and Eric Carr because that's exactly. I agree.
I love that Vinnie.
No, me too.
Number 2 album.
No, I agree. Because it's a rare lineup that was fucking incredible when they were together. We just didn't get enough out of them. I agree.
I think fast Kiss, rocking Kiss, great choruses. The songwriting will be fan-fucking-tastic. Eric Carr, come on. Peter can't keep up with anybody other than Ace playing right now. I mean,
Peter can't play an instrument. So,
well, I wouldn't say that, but you know what I mean. He can't play 80s type Kiss music.
No, I'm joking about Gene.
I get that. I'm just saying, like, that's why I wouldn't want him. And Eric Singer, sure, he can do that, but I'd rather have Eric Carr. I like him more.
Yeah, that era was awesome because it was pre-hair metal. It was like speed, like it was hard, heavy, fast Kiss, which I've grown to know over the years. And again, Vinny might be a fucking lunatic, but I love the guy on stage. So I can't believe.
Think
I agree.
And Paul and Gene make a great team.
Yeah,
he's
I agree.
fucking sane. So, yeah,
but
all right.
But I want to follow up with the question too. So he also mixes in a couple different combinations here. So that's what we would want. But then there's a follow-up to the question. If you could pick between Peter and Vinny, Peter and Mark, Peter and Bruce, what would you take?
Peter. If I had to put Peter in there?
If you had to put Peter with another guitarist other than Ace.
Bruce.
Okay, yep, me too. And then Eric Singer with Vinny or Mark.
Well, I would just take Vinny because I prefer Vinny over Mark St. John.
Right, me too. So yeah, he's kind of mixing up the combos here, which is interesting. Yeah, Peter.
I think Bruce can do anything. That's
plus, like we already said, Peter wouldn't be able to play with Vinny. He just fucking his hands would fall off.
No, they'd be a fist fight within 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, yeah,
the tempo's insane. What the fuck you doing?
Well, the temperament in the musical style just would not make sense. But yeah,
no.
But anyways, Bill Sharp, great question. Always love these what ifs. So thank you, my friend. Appreciate it.
Tom, where can people find us?
Start with our website, shoutitoutloudcast.com. That's where you can find all of our episodes. You can listen to them directly from the website if you want. You can comment on specific episodes. Check out our rankings. Check out our merch, which is incredible from Printify. Got amazing new items there. And, of course, there's a link there to buy our Amazon #1 best-selling book, Raise Your Glasses. Please, if you haven't gotten that yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. Links to all of our social media. Links to our Patreon. Links to all of our friends and other podcasts and shows that we've been on. It's an incredibly in-depth, entertaining website with lots to find out there. So please check us out, shoutitoutloudcast.com. And, of course, our email address that Bill Sharp used to ask his question of the week, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. Please send us your emails for a question or comment, whatever. Trust us, we read every single email that you send us. So please continue to keep those rolling in. And, of course, we're very active on social media. You know that. Please continue to follow us on all of our social media. And we always like to remind people that we're a proud member of the Pantheon Podcast Network of shows.
DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads, TikTok, motherfucker. And check out our Spotify playlist. And then make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And give us one of those 5-star child reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you can give us a 5-star review. And you can also give us a 5-star review on our awesome book on Amazon, Raise Your Glasses. That helps the book move up the sales chart. So thank you for that. Tom, we always like to end on famous last words. Do you have any?
I know deep inside of me, there's a place, but it's not plain to see. I belong where no one else can be. I walk alone, Zeus. I walk alone.
It's a long way down when ground starts coming. I tried to tell you, but you would not listen. It's a long way down when you fall from the top. Yeah. Tom, Loudcasters, Kiss Army. Thank you.
Guys, you're the best. Thank you for everything so much as we continue to roll on with another positive 2026. Zeus, as always, my friend, thank you.
Peace out, Girl Scout. Hit the music. What I'd like now is for all you fat, out-of-shape, worldwide kiss-tards to keep the noise down while I show your ladies what a real sexy man looks like.
Listen, all you people out there sitting on rented furniture, settle down.
Cut the music. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?